All right, so welcome to my KitchenAid stand mixer. All right, so I'm gonna be following this recipe right here that I printed out. Lavender Earl Grey cookies. Yep. So unfortunately, my camera stand does not like to angle down, so I have to like hold the camera most of the time. So besides doing this recipe, I'm actually going to double everything. Just a word of warning when it comes to baking is to always kind of follow recipes directly. Cookies tend to be pretty forgiving about how much you can get away with. Of course, I'm going to lick that butter. But always be cautious when you tweak recipes, because especially when it comes to baking, it can not turn out the way you expected. Hoping that's going to be the case with cookies, but like I mentioned, cookies are pretty forgiving since they tend to be pretty simple. So, hey guys, is my sound coming through okay? I know it's a little odd asking Charles and King, since they live in the house, can actually hear me, and probably at a horrible delay. Okay, good. All right, so we got our, what is it, like 2 cups of butter here, since we're doubling this recipe. And I use real butter, not margarine or any other buttery substitute. If that is something you need, your mileage will vary. So let's watch this butter cream. Hopefully that audio is not too bad. I'm gonna cream that butter. The butter's pretty melted, so it's already pretty creamed. Let's see. Then we're gonna go ahead and actually gonna dump all this sugar. Sugar. It's supposed to be about 1.5 cups for each serving, so it's actually 2.5 cups of sugar. Though I actually weighed a lot of these ingredients beforehand. That honestly looks a lot more than like 2.5 cups of sugar to me. But can't argue with weights, I guess. I'm trying to get better at weighing out stuff when I bake instead of using cup measurements, because you get more consistent results that way. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, lavender. So in order to find like cooking lavender, I got this stuff off of Amazon. I like how it just has all of this like gibberish on it. But of course, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Also, the bag is lies. Also, the picture on the website for the lavender is lies too. Like, look at this. Look at that. It's not even remotely purple. That is like not like vibrant at all. It does smell like lavender though. All right. Let's see. Another thing I like to do is I like to make sure that this is adequately mixed in. So I'm going to scrape the sides down. Loosen that up and give it another go. All right, gonna scrape it down again. I always like scraping stuff down before I start adding to it, just to make sure that everything gets mixed thoroughly. Ta-da. My hands are washed and clean. And even if they weren't, you wouldn't know. And dump 2 eggs in there. 2 eggs. Always wash my hands after I handle eggs. And then we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, so we're going to bump that up to 4. I know that right now it's like can't really hold this all that well. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure I don't spill that. We've got our delicious looking ingredients in here. Whisk this all up. Peanut butter briskets? Did you say briskets? Bickets or some cupcakes. I haven't tried baking with peanut butter before. I haven't worked myself around to actually like wanting to do something peanut butter based. I should though. I know a lot of people like peanut butter. Like, I like a peanut butter like cookie, but it's not like my go-to. Like, I think if I wanted a peanut butter cookie, I wouldn't make it myself. I wouldn't want it that bad enough. Give this another whisk. So I've never had any like any tea-based stuff before either, any tea-based cookies. I have made this recipe before, except without the lavender, because that's something we had to order online. It's not a spice or a thing that you can really find in stores. And I didn't really bother to go into like a Whole Foods or anything. All right, so This pretty much concludes all our wet stuff. Butter. Butter cookies. These actually come out like more like sugar cookies. They're essentially sugar cookies with tea in them. They're very addictive. I think I ate most of the last batch last time. They only lasted for like 2 or 3 days. Not counting the night I made them. All right. So we got our buttercreamed with all our sugar, our vanilla abstract, our eggs. Don't eat this like I did. So now we're gonna go over here and get all our dry stuff. So what? This is about 540 grams of all-purpose flour, and I got our two tablespoons and 1 teaspoon of lavender, all already grounded up and stuff. One thing I did have issue with is I used a coffee grinder for the tea. I've had no problem grinding it up. I did have a problem with the lavender. I don't even think it grounded up all that well. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too too herbal. But I had to put in the I grounded these separately, but I had to put in the tea back in there because the lavender was so light that it kept just flying out of the range of the blades and wouldn't grind. So I like mixing up all my dry ingredients together before I even add them to the into the butter. So let's see, what else do we need? Okay, we need all our salts and stuff. So, get a look at my makeshift pantry that we have there. Here. Guess I'll just aim the camera at this while I get the salt. Let's see. Recipe calls for 2 teaspoons. I actually need to go rinse this off. Actually, wait. Oh, I did. I just keep this other set of stuff with me. So, 1 teaspoon salt, a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Actually, this calls for baking powder too. I'm always pretty sure one of these overpowers the other. Oh, hi! We have a flying boulder.
Who knows if that'll even get in frame?
I mean, you can see there's a little delay.
Oh, yep, I just did.
Yep. All right. Okay, so 1 whole teaspoon of baking powder. These ingredients don't need to be weighed. You can just scoop them. And I think that's it. So you can usually use a sifter, but I just prefer to just whisk these together. I know certain recipes call for sifting. That's usually when they want the flour to be very fine. So most of the time, it's fine. Just whisk this up. And you want to always whisk this up together before you put it into your mix. Just because you want to try to get this as consistent as possible. So that every bite is consistent. And every cookie can be as consistent as possible. I don't know, even though if this is in frame. And make sure, especially when you're going to be working with something as bitter as a tea, you definitely want to spread that out. You don't want to have like a bite of just nothing but of like bitter tea. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a slight like a blackness to it. And that's from all the tea in there. Let's see, get this ready. So I don't put all of this in. We put a little bit at a time. So got a little bit. We're going to break out the paddle. Start this slowly. I accidentally put pepper in there. Oh, I would imagine that wouldn't taste very well, unless you're a big fan of pepper. How you doing, Boyd? Let's see. Got Quinn. Gay teaspoon. Got Charles. We got King. I saw Femboy Mitchell in here earlier. Hope you're all doing well. So you can see the flour makes this thicken up a little. I do want to try making chili. Ooh, it's chili chocolate cookies. So those would probably be good. Chili, for whatever reason, goes pretty good with chocolate. Like spicy chocolate is pretty good. So this is also kind of a hassle, but I also do like scraping it down every single time I start adding the flour back in there. Again, I just like making my cookies as consistent as possible. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn the oven on. Dump some of this in here. Not too much. Probably shouldn't have left that in there. Nope, one drop of butter. And now we turn it on. Start it at slow. Let that incorporate a little so you don't get a big puff of cloud. Oh crap, your phone is warning. Don't cook the phone. Hey, hey, Blue Krogan, cooking mama in real life. Yeah, if my phone explodes, just picture me with the cooking mama like angry eyes, or just like stars. I might actually need to take my phone out of the case and make sure doesn't overheat. Oh, Cold Sir would be so mad at me if that happened. Right now, he's napping. Oh. Ooh, oh yeah, that phone is hot. I'm gonna unplug it too. All right. Got that down. Do this one-handed. And scrape this up. Now, gotta put the phone down. Start scraping that butter off. And when you stop and think about it, like all these cookies, they're just little like baked balls of butter. I find kind of like funny. Just like, oh, so that's why cookies taste so good. It's just little balls of fat with some flour and sugar and chocolate, whatever else you want in there. I really should start like, I like these because they're different. It's actually Colt's there that gave me the idea for making these because he wanted these. It was something he wanted but never got around to making himself. So I beat him to it. And though I do have to say, they're not as yummy to lick off your fingers like you shouldn't be because salmonella and stuff and raw egg and flour is raw and whatnot. Don't do what I do at home, kids. It's hard not to. my phone news scandalous. Yep. Want cookie dough. Do naked phone. Oh. Nope. Ah. There we go. I'm back. Apparently, if the phone locks, the stream cuts off, and I accidentally pushed the power button on there. Yeah, sorry about that. The power button got pushed and they locked the phone. And that's what happens when the phone if the phone locks, I guess it just cuts the stream. Oh, lies. This is a backup. We know the truth. Oh. What? It's giving you an ad. Boo. Can I even change my phone settings? Oh. My stream apparently Twitch has to be first and foremost, just like any rich corporation wants to have your undivided attention. Yeah. So I'm gonna give this one more stir and whip it up. Sure this is all mixed up. Yeah, come on, paddle, go in. Oh, our oven is pre-baked. There we go. Oh, if you guys are all getting ads, maybe this is like the most lucrative venture for my stream. I don't think I get most people like complaining that I have ads on stream. And granted, like the stream should still be still be like flagged for adults, so I don't know. I was gonna say maybe it's because I always stream like adult visual novels. There we go. This is looking pretty good. Clear this off. Yeah. Put you over here for now. All the stuff I have to go wash. Right. So, oh look, here we go. This is proper Twitch Twitch sponsorship. Like, look, Amazon Basics. So this is where you crack out the Amazon Basics silicone mat. That way you can save money on your parchment paper and start getting your dough balls ready. So we're just gonna scoop about EA size. You can make these pretty much as big as you want. I usually try to go for about EA size to kind of spread the love a little. You can make these into balls or not. I don't think it's gonna really matter. Usually don't do this one-handed. I'm definitely making a double batch too, because I gobble these down. Don't let anyone in the house tell you any different, but I am a pig. I eat a lot. Like, if you've been to my yoga streams, you've seen how I wouldn't call myself thin, but I'm in an okay shape. I actually eat a lot. It takes a considerable amount of effort on my part to not overeat. And even like with just meals and stuff, I eat a lot. I'm one who goes for like seconds and thirds. And that's because I work a lot. All right. Yes, yes, I am. I will agree to that. I am the one in the household that's in the best shape. So, I usually don't like to bake stuff with more than one pan in there. It takes twice as long to do. I have 2 pans, but it's very difficult to gauge how much longer or how much less you should leave them in there. I've tried cooking them side by side. I've tried cooking them kind of staggered between 2 racks, and I can never really get it consistent. Sometimes they come out burnt. Sometimes they kind of come out undercooked. So I always go through the extra effort and cook these one at a time. Unless, of course, I'm cooking like such a large batch, and I really want to save time and not and not particularly picky about so 12 minutes. If I'm not being all that particularly picky about how much I I guess that like quality, like if I'm making a large batch for like to give to work or something, I probably wouldn't put that much effort into cooking them separate. I do one-on-one. Though the downside to that is that I only have 2 pans, and I'd have to wait until they're cool enough for me to handle. So that still kind of puts a small damper in between batches. It's still not as long though. Now, these can be a little unequal. How not to use your tripod. As you can see, my well-used oven. Lock these in. Again, Colster would not be very happy if I broke the phone. Haha. Yay, on the fly. Why they no cook faster. Alright, so now we're gonna watch paint dry. Or just cookies bake. Guess who's about to get shadow banned again? Me. Guess who recently got shadow banned recently? You. Enjoy the stream. Oh hey, Scorn, Blue Krogan Gaming. If you guys are interested, go check out his channel. He's a Mass Effect Krogan who streams video games. He's got a really neat VTuber thing going on with a Krogan. And you know me, I like Krogans. Hey, lessons learned. K-Gen is here. Cat tree. Cat jail below. I'm just going through your might be phone stream has different settings. Yeah, I'm just going through the making the big screen buckles for ads. I'm just going through all your comments and messages. The cat tree and cat jail. We don't use that as a cat jail, actually. Cat? Wait, where? Did a cat walk by and I didn't notice, or was that Chunky's? Chiquita. Oh, someone's going out for snacks. A reflection. Oh, it was probably Chiquita. Yeah, come here, fatty. No. It's probably this thing right here. Look at her. Look at her. Look how chunky she is. She's fat, and she's blocking the view of the cookies. It's like, don't cook me. Yep, that's her. Good girl. And that's Charles. You can see Charles's legs too. I'm just sitting here. You can see my pink. Well, depending on the compression of the stream, you can see my pink shirt. No fat shamer. We like calling her chunkies. She's well loved. She's not fat. She's well loved. Cajun says hi. Oh, look at that. The cookies are slowly taking shape.
Hello, Cajun.
Did you catch that, Cajun? I don't know how much the mic picks up. Put this trash can down. I've never actually just stood here and like watched the cookies bake. Is this GoPro? This is my phone. I had to like take it out of the case though because it started complaining that it was overheating. I also unplugged it too. Let's see what happens. The case, I had to undress it on stream. I hope I don't get banned for phone nudity. I mean, I guess technically you can see my naked phone in the reflection too. It's like I hardly ever look at my phone like uncased. Not even halfway done. Cookies. And look at this. We still have all of this to bake. This should make like 96 cookies, assuming we don't make them too big or don't eat a whole lot. Guess I could also turn off the PlayStation. Like I didn't know how like this actually works. This is, if you've never used this interface, it's neat. So it uses half the screen for like the actual stream, and then it uses like a little strip of it, and I can see your comments. I wasn't actually expecting that to be a thing. So we're over halfway through. I'm gonna prepare the next batch of cookies so I can just swap them out. Wash my hands because I was on the floor. Pull out the other Amazon Basics silicone liner that I have. TM, sponsor me, Twitch. But this is totally not sponsored at all, aside from any ad revenue that I might get from the stream. Which is odd, because I think I usually have the ads turned off. Or, like, very minimal. So the fact that I have no control over the ads while I'm streaming on mobile, I guess they're totally trying to take advantage of, like, hey, like, minimal control of ads. Let's put all the ads. And it's got to be live, so as long as it's within TOS, which most streamers are going to be within TOS, it's like, it's going to be wholesome and totally advertiser friendly. Oh, what was that notification? Okay, I don't see like a warning that the phone is overheating. Okay. 2.5 minutes left. TM. I should not be trusted with a sewing machine, and I say that as someone patching pants with a sewing machine. I wanna learn how to sew. like just so I can patch like my clothes and stuff, but also so I can make stuff. Be fun to make costumes for like streaming, like a cosplayer. Yeah, oh no, sewing is hard. Oh yeah, they're starting to take shape. Get closer. Don't mind the specks. The brown specks are on the inside of the oven and not on the cookies. Maybe I should just like bump this up a little more. And another like level. Haha. Oh, oh, I missed a leg. Oh, now they're too high. So, bring it down. Oh, cookies are done. All right. Move this over. Let's see how much they're done. Ooh, these came out like a little bit goopy because they're, I think I made them too big. That's what happens when you one-hand them. So you can tell they're done because the edges are brown. Now, toss that over here. And here's the other batch I got ready. Actually, I probably shouldn't have extended legs. Nope, nope. Don't turn on the microwave. 12 minutes. So, you're supposed to transfer these to a cooling rack. Give, please. I wish I could, but you don't want to grab them now. They're hot. So, I'm supposed to transfer these to a cooling rack, which I got here. But I always like to leave them alone for 2 minutes while still on the pan. Normally because if I try to move them now, they tend to fall apart. They're still like piping hot. Azazel, hey. Hey, Azazel. And Hal, I do not know the meaning of hot when it comes to food. I will eat. Yep. It's also like it gives them like an extra chance to kind of cook. I always worry about cookies being raw. Oh yeah, that's the point. Delicious, delicious cookies. I wish they. I don't know how long these actually like will last, but they're because they don't tend to last longer than a week in my house. Otherwise, I'd like mail these out to people. And of course, cookies always seem to taste better like once you leave them overnight too. So it's been 2 minutes. Gonna do look. So normally they're not this wide. That's probably because I one-handed the scooping of these. And they came out a little bit melty too. So the other thing too with that, because normally they're also a little more domey. That could also be because I did double the recipe, and like I mentioned early in the stream, if you didn't catch that, I doubled the recipe, made 2 batches. And baking is sort of like an art and like a science at the same time. So you have like some recipes are more forgiving than others, but most of the time you're supposed to follow them exactly. Otherwise, they don't come out just right. See, I'd honestly say like these look like they're like I didn't add enough flour to them. Because they seem a little like flat. Barely follow recipes. Oh, actually, you're right. Now that you mention it, I did forget a step before we bake them. We're supposed to garnish these with sugar. We're supposed to take some sugar and sprinkle it on the balls. It doesn't need them though. It's more for like showing. I mean, they're still kind of cooking in the middle, but they're edible. They're good. So, having had these before, I don't taste the lavender. At least I don't think I do. They still taste like the same as I would normally make these. Sprinkle sugar on my balls. I'll put some sugar on like the next batch. So I don't think I taste the lavender. Actually, no, there we go. I do taste it. It's like a little note afterwards. Of course, if I wanted a proper comparison, I would have just made one batch to make sure I've made sure that they're kind of consistent with my previous batches. And of course, these having Earl Grey in them are definitely caffeinated. Earl Grey, I think any tea is nowhere near as caffeinated as coffee. The Earl Grey does, I think, have more caffeine than most other teas. So that's also to keep something in mind. You don't want to eat too many of these before bed. They might keep you up. Looks like we're about halfway to our other, whoops, still haven't fixed that. To our other batch right there. And these don't seem to be as melty. Again, it could have also been the way I scooped them the first time, since I was trying to hold the camera and scoop them. Ow, just gotta adjust this tripod. So how's everyone doing, besides probably being very hungry? I mean, King and Charles could easily just walk in here and grab some. Yeah, come on. Let's turn left. Come on. Tripod does not want to cooperate. For coffee cookies, you should make a very strong amount of coffee, small amount. Oh, actually, yeah, I have made
I have made coffee cookies before. What I do with that is I don't just brew any coffee, I make mocha. I make coffee in a mocha pot. So it is a small and very concentrated amount, so it doesn't make the batter too watery. And just bake them normally. Sometimes too, I've made specifically some coffee cookies with some like coffee frosting. I wasn't that big of a fan of the coffee frosting. It's okay. It tasted better after the frosting sat out for a day on the cookies. But normally I think I made those coffee cookies because I was specifically craving coffee cookies, just cookies that tasted like coffee. But normally if I want like an extra to give like my cookies an extra kick to them, I do add just that like mocha coffee to my regular batch of chocolate chip cookies, but dark chocolate chip. Oh yeah, you can, Charles, if you want, you can come and grab one. Like the first batch is ready. Ah, as I try to like still fight with this tripod. Come on, tripod, give me your legs. Aha. It's kind of funny too. Oh. That joke's funnier in my head because because of my job. Many legs have been taken and created tripods. Tripod animals. Mostly dogs. I think I've only seen one cat that we've done that to at work. And it was a kitten. It was like a really tiny kitten. We had to... I think the leg was unsavable, or would have cost them too much, like so much of an issue. And it was a tiny little kitten, itty bitty kitty. And he was happy afterwards. He was perfectly fine after the procedure. Oh, your tummy! Oh, your tummy. That sucks. Maybe it's something you and Cold Stare ate because I think his tummy's been bugging him too. Well, let me get the next batch ready. I'm actually like kind of surprised that my animals aren't freaking out. They tend to be louder or more fussy, especially when stuff is going on in the kitchen. Maybe because they see me talking to myself. It's like, oh, he's doing that thing where he's talking to himself. Except that he's not in his computer. Or at his computer. So another tip I also suggest is making sure you keep the your bowl or wherever the rest of your dough is kind of away from the stove so it doesn't melt. Certain cookie recipes suggest that you chill your dough too. I usually never do that. I don't see that much of a difference. Unless it's like a very particular recipe. Yeah, so these cookies are spreading way more than I'm used to. It could also be because I weighed the ingredients instead of just using scoops like I usually do. Honestly, it looked like a lot more than what I usually use. I was told to chill dough to make it easier to work with shaping. Yeah, and it doesn't help. The only way it would really help is if your dough is particularly melty, but that probably means that your butter was pretty much melted already and not really soft. So the other step that I neglected to with the other ones is just to sprinkle some sugar on it. It doesn't make them too sugary, since these are pretty much just sugar cookies. Pew, pew. There. Let's just throw some sugar at that. And that's cool enough to handle. Yeah. Haha. No. Huh. No. Nope. There we go. Oh, look at that. Yummy. I know if Ash is in stream. Oh, that's sweet. Good for you. And good for you, Boyd. Oh yeah, that's also annoying too. Yeah, recipes that require you to actually chill the stuff overnight is just like, that better be something damn good. It's usually like brownies or fudge or cake or something. Oh yeah, duh. Duh. I heard him go out. He went out for snacks. Or something. Actually, I think he's back. Like, I was here for that. I heard him go out. See? He's back. Hey, cookies. There's a batch of cookies ready.
Oh, wonderful.
Chat says hi.
Hello, chat.
Yeah, so that one cookie I just had was, compared to like my previous attempts at making this without the lavender, it is more floral. It does taste more flowery.
Let's switch out the car. I'm gonna put my stuff in the fridge here.
Cookies. Yeah, these are definitely coming out different. And coming out flatter. Not a bad thing, honestly. It's definitely different than when I usually have made these in the past. Because usually I should be able to fit way more cookies onto that cooling rack than normal. Zazel, hi. Oh, you're too cute. Oh, I'm baking all the time too. Especially if I want something sweet. I'm like, I'm gonna want some cookies. Gonna pick some cookies. Oh, hey, Boofer.
Yeah, it's been
Oh, that's Malcolm right there. Hi, Malcolm.
No, just what I said.
I make bread too. I need to like learn how to do other
Does
stuff.
that fuck us up
No,
for getting everything? I only have 70 left.
no, everything is fine. I just don't have any fun money now.
Aw. No fun money. That sucks. Look, cookies. Instead, I'm gonna end up eating half of these before the whole batch is done. That one I took a bite out of, and it had like a strong like taste of salt. That's why I always like to make sure everything is really stirred, just to kind of avoid that. Or maybe I'm just more cognizant right now. Not sure if I didn't stir it enough, or maybe I should have sipped it. Yeah, all the salt in the one cookie. Like poor dinner last night. Poor Colt Stare. Colt Stare tried to. He made some corned beef, but I guess he was supposed to boil it and not put it in a roast. Which honestly, a roast tastes much better than just boiling meat. So I guess the way it was prepared, it was intended to be boiled, and it came out really salty, which I can handle. It's probably unhealthy for me to eat that, but it tastes good to me. A little more salty than I would have liked it, but edible enough for me to eat. Made some really good eggs with it, though. Stir fried it and mixed in some eggs without adding any additional salt to it, and it tastes good. Spiritually, I am there eating cookies when your back is turned. Yep. As everyone else in chat should be. Eating these cookies. Eating the cookies with your eyes. As your eyes are being filled with the delicious, delicious cookies, Twitch/Amazon will fill your eyes too with ads. Mouthful. No. Damn, these are good. I'm not tooting my own horn either. Huh. And suddenly there's a walk in the house. Even more torture. It's a nice cold glass of milk. You can see my reflection drinking. For those who like milk. Grab one of the smaller ones. Ew, milk. Aw. That's unfortunate. I can understand, honestly, not liking milk, but cheese and ice cream and all this other stuff, like, oh, that kind of sucks. Lavender syrup tea. How would I go about that? Doing that, like boil the lavender and what, like maple syrup or just sugar syrup? Morning, Cold Sir. Time to get the other batch ready. I do see a lot of people on Twitch mistaking shelling and bombing. Oh yeah, they're definitely different. I guess they both lead to explosions, which is where people tend to, I think, just make the generalization. Wow. All right. Can't really tell right now where the salt is. Wow. Now put the camera down. Finish scooping these. And put salt on there. Or salt. Huh. Put some sugar on these. Alright. There we go. More cookies. So, totally dispatch. I don't think you can even see that much of a difference. I don't seem any more sparkly or anything. You can't even tell like the sugar. And so I don't think the garnish is all that important, honestly. I'm eating one of the old ones like as if it's one of these. With the extra sugar. I'll ignore it for some bomba soup, but milk by itself is nasty. No, understandable, Cajun. Honestly, the concept of milk is kind of gross in itself, but it's good. It's yummy. At least to me it is. You boil fresh lavender with sugar and salt. Ooh. I might do that with that, because I usually like ordering this syrup lavender for my coffee, and it's really good. And I usually order it, but it's kind of pricey. Oh, So I think having the phone plugged in is what's making it warm. Because I just got that notification. Yay! King likes my cookies. Ah yeah, these cookies are done too. Make some room over here. So I definitely don't think I can do that like photo op from that website with all the pretty lavender over it, considering my lavender is just like green, not very purple. So I don't know where the hell that person got it. Oh, it's probably fresh lavender, like actual lavender flowers. Not that the lavender I use isn't actual lavender. But probably like live lavender. Make it look pretty and poppy, and then turn the contrast up on your photos. This will probably be the last batch I'll stream, considering that it's just repeat until all the dough is gone. Oh. What you find, Missy? What you doing, huh? What did you find and eat? Nothing? Are you gonna give me food? Bye. Ah. Is that good baby? She just probably walked. She just came to this side, that's all. There's an island behind me, so she just walks around. She's like our other. She's our original Roomba. She vacuums up whatever she can find in the kitchen to the floor. I gotta go putting Hal to bed. Aw. Alright. Have a good night, Quinn. And tell Hal I said good night. Yeah, swaddle him nice and tight. And then you tighten those blankets around him so he can't get up. Can't just get on up. He has to stay there until he sleeps. Cookies, cookies, halfway. Like maybe I'm just making like these cookies way too big. It keeps spreading. I'm like just contemplating like ideas for like a thumbnail if I upload this to YouTube. Oh, what is that, Chiquita? She's back. She's scrounging. Creak. She's like over there. Oh, nope. We just got the doggy butthole. Ah. Oops. The phone fell. I was gonna go pee. I was peeking to see if I can go menace my other dog. And she's snuggly over there with Colt's there. Start working on the next batch. There we go. Second batch. Probably what, fifth batch now. Alright, this is going to be the last batch of the stream. Yep, thank you everyone for coming out and watching me bake. I hope you all had fun. At least got to enjoy some delicious baked goods being made. And that's the last one. Oh, nice and delicious. Gonna keep working until all of these are made. Cha.
Thank you everyone for joining me. There I go, turning it on again. And have a good day, everyone. Very nice ambience. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Good luck with your sewing. Bye.